It's Friday, February the 12th. Only 2 days until Valentine's Day, and boys, you know what that means. The Deadpool movie is out today!
Wait! You may be wondering why the red suit. Well, that's so bad guys can't see me bleed. This guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants.
Down, like a set free. Won't be the one ending up on the beat to the trees. The only thing you can't steal was came out to play. Stay out my way, motherfucker.
I'm touching myself tonight.
He's gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. He's gon' give it to you.
It's taken 11 years, but the film adaptation of Deadpool is finally here, which goes to prove that perseverance does indeed eventually pay off. This film was put on the shelf so many times that it more than likely had its own spot longer than Sheldon Cooper. At one point, a concept video put together for studio executives collected dust for almost 4 years because these people couldn't lift their heads from their coke-lined desk long enough to give a shit. Simply put, in Hollywood, if you can't convince them it's gonna make money, it won't get made. I mean, how else do you expect these assholes to afford hookers and blow? It wasn't until someone had the balls to leak the footage at the San Diego Comic-Con back in early 2015 that fans went ballistic and put so much damn pressure on studios that the film was finally greenlit by Fox within 24 hours. That's how you get shit done. You see, the film industry is exactly that, an industry. It's a business. Most of the people involved only give a shit about money, and when it comes to film adaptations, they couldn't care less about the source material or the fans. If the projected profit from a film looks a little thin, then they swap out certain people involved to get a smaller budget. This usually involves getting people who are inexperienced, unfamiliar with the source material, or just straight up don't give a shit, seeing the experience as another paycheck. This is why studios are often tinkering with what made the franchise so awesome in the first place. A good example of this was last year's Fantastic Four, which earned a dismal 9 out of 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. Personally, I think that's being too kind. Have you seen this train wreck of a film? Producer Adi Shankar, the man responsible for the latest Dredd film, went on YouTube recently to explain the economics of how these things all fit together.
You start looking at a movie as an asset, then the formula is really, really simple at that point, right? It's simply D plus I plus S. D is the domestic value, I is the international value, and S is the subsidy or government rebate for shooting in a specific location. If the cost of making your movie exceeds D plus I plus S, then your movie is not happening. It doesn't matter who's in it or how great the script is. It's just simply not happening. If the cost of making your movie is less than D plus I plus S, then it doesn't matter how shitty the script is or whatnot. The movie's probably gonna fucking happen. That's why shitty movies happen all the time.
See, this entire system is a bit of a catch-22 in that you often can't get funding to make a film, even with a rabid fan base, simply because the people you're trying to get involved can't relate to it. But making the film and doing it right proves there's a market for it. So, how do you get the one without the other? Well, in the case of Deadpool, you get creative and take that all-or-nothing chance. In this case, it's paid off so well, there's already talk of a sequel. There's a new generation of filmmakers slowly infiltrating Hollywood. People who grew up with things like comic books and the original Star Wars and so on. People who understand that there needs to be more in the world than just the bottom line. Films like The Dark Knight, Man of Steel, and The Avengers gave fanboys and girls hope that you can love something and still do it justice in a world dominated by profit margins. Just ask anyone who's seen The Force Awakens. Now, if you could only get a Dredd sequel made, all would be right with the universe once again. Maybe if the fans got together and made some more demands, we'd actually get what we wanted instead of...
I see you dance up here.
I still cry myself to sleep at night. I just gotta take care of this.